I'm Tyler Austin from Gungnir Strategic. Thank you so much for watching. This video is going to be a short excerpt from a longer conversation I had with Rob over at Dice Show Tactical. In that conversation, we talked about all sorts of things, ranging from just general training stuff to CQB to rifles and all sorts of other little topics. And this video is a short conversation from that longer conversation. If you enjoy my content, definitely be sure to check out Rob over at Dice Show Tactical. He's also the same guy who ran the Gunfather Milsim channel, if you're familiar with that. He's a great guy, longtime SWAT guy, so he has a lot of knowledge and information to share. So if you enjoy my content, I'm sure you would enjoy his content as well, so definitely be sure to check out his channel, Dice Show Tactical. With that being said, I hope you enjoy this video.
So going back to processing real quick, so what are some ways that you're looking, or what are the ways that you use to improve your guys' processing and processing time and just general processing ability, particularly when it comes to on paper and force on force too?
Well, at the range, I just want a more complicated target than just shoot the silhouette or shoot the thing with the gun. I generally want two aspects to it. Not just, for example, not just shoot the red target. I'm going to have red, blue, and green targets, not just shoot to the red, but rather shoot the target with the red circle. So there'll be other circles out there and triangles and rectangles of all different colors, and I want you to find the red circle. I want a little more complicated.
Gotcha.
But not too complicated, because I had the other day, the training I did on Tuesday, I had 3 shooting stations, and the first station, the targets had 1s. The second station, they had 2s, third station, 3s, so on and so forth. And those were all intermixed. And then I had the shapes and colors, and I was watching them do it, and I go, why is it taking so long? I'm like, oh, because I added a third aspect, because I added the goddamn number at the bottom of the target.
Oh.
And I did something. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I saw the guys doing it. And I'm like, well, crap, I could have probably taken just done colors and gotten more what I wanted. Yeah. So you want to make it complicated, but not too complicated. And generally, 2 things that you want them to figure out. It doesn't have to be shapes and colors. It can be
numbers, letters, yeah.
Right, but you want some sort of threat discrimination, some sort of figuring out which is the right one to do. And then when you have your scenario-based stuff, your sims-based stuff, it can't just be you're always going to shoot this guy.
Yeah.
And I actually try to trick them. I had a scenario yesterday where I had them, okay, there's an active killer, last room, I had a series of rooms all lined up, last room on the left, active killer, go. And they're running down the hall, and then the first 2 people that run out of that room are unarmed. And the third one runs out pointing the gun at the other 2, right?
Yeah. So
if they're so dialed in for shoot, because it's an active killer, they're going to engage the first or the second. And they go, okay. So they're waiting for that stimulus that, okay, now that's the one right there.
Yeah.
So you always want to have something like that. Have people they got to interact with, have people they actually have to give commands to.
Yeah.
And depending on where they're positioned and how those commands go, your bad guy's going to act differently. Have set parameters for your OP4. If they do this, then do this. Not just stand here with a gun, and if you see them, shoot them.
Yeah. Try
to be a little more complicated. Not that we don't ever have that, because we do, but try to have a little more interaction, a little more complicated. Because in the real world, 99.99% of the time, we don't shoot anybody.
Yeah.
So I had a couple scenarios where you just got to go hands-on, and I'll take them from a shoot scenario and the very next scenario, and I'm talking literally seconds later, here, and I'll go to this room, and then we people with their hands up just acting stupid, and now they're afraid to run up and grab them, which they would always do normally with I wouldn't have to push them at all, but now they're in a sim scenario, and all of a sudden they're afraid to grab somebody and pull them to the ground.
Yeah, they don't know if that's should I do this to the op4? Is this appropriate kind of deal?
I don't think it was a level of appropriateness. They were just so dialed into focusing on the gun threats. They totally forgot about, oh wait, this is what we do all the time. This is this is what we deal with most of the time. Is people who are what we call stuck on stupid, which is they're so overwhelmed by what's going on they don't know what to do. So you just got to grab them and make them do what you want them to do.